Welcome to a very special episode of It's Schway, It's Schwarbage. We
Are we starting?
we have a very special thing for you. We are here with my good friends,
I'm Will.
And I'm Jack.
and I am hiding my wreath of garlic inside of a potted plant.
Happy Halloween, everyone. We have another special for you.
Well, don't say another special.
Okay.
What if they watch this one first?
We have two specials for you on this day.
The day is Halloween. Except not when we're recording it. We should do the same bit.
No, we just got finished recording the other one, just to make that perfectly clear.
We cannot treat this as a part 2 to
But
the
it-
other
yeah, it is
recording,
not-
as it is
Yeah,
a
we
complete
won't, we won't.
standalone.
Not in all
These are
parts.
both standalones. You can just pick and choose. It's Halloween, which means one thing. You know him, you love him, Dracula.
Thank you.
But this is a. Wait, are you Dracula? Is
I-
that what this bit is?
No, my name is Dr. Alucard.
Oh, good.
Checks out.
Sounds good.
So if only there was a movie in which the Batman was versus up against Dracula. Lo and behold, the Batman versus Dracula, the greatest film I have ever seen.
This film came out when 2006. What?
Maybe.
2005.
2005.
And well, it's not called Batman vs. Dracula
No, it's called The Batman
called
versus
Batman.
Dracula.
because
The Batman versus Dracula.
it's based on the 2004 hit cartoon, The Batman.
The Batman.
So, this was the...
Oh, Dracula's dead.
Oh.
Quentin's back.
Sorry, I had to kill Dracula. I got him with a wreath of garlic I had hidden in a potted plant.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, no, this was the very first The Batman movie.
Mm-hmm. And
the-
sadly,
the best-
the only one.
There's no others.
Where's the Batman versus Frankenstein's monster?
I don't think it carries as much ironic weight.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit as well as this.
I guess.
I think that we should start pairing other DC superheroes with other famous,
Solomon
Old.
Grundy versus Frankenstein
Yeah.
monster.
yeah,
Yeah.
Superman versus...
Super Dracula.
Holy crap! I feel like we should give a shout out to our other The Batman episode, just in case people don't know what The Batman is in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
go. That's
Go check
another
that
one
one
of our spin-off episodes. It's a dumb joke. I hope you enjoy it.
But for those of you who are fans of The Batman, oh boy, we have
Oh, man.
something special for you.
I would like to. I wanna read one of my notes. I actually wrote this pretty late in the viewing, but I want to run it by you and see if this rings true for you guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
This movie feels like if you were to take the recreational drug of your choice, and then watched Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, and then tried to write a movie based on what you remember happening in that movie, and then you watched it again on a different drug.
That's
Wow.
so oddly specific, and I don't know if I fully agree with it, but there's definitely some there's some merit to it.
Glad to know.
I do agree with you somewhat, Will, but I think you have failed to include the fact that this is the Batman. Like at
Well,
some point, this drugged up fictional person has to watch the Batman.
Yeah.
To create this.
I mean, yes, very true.
So are you saying that the Phantasm has been replaced with Dracula?
Yeah, kinda. I'm saying like it's the same thing where like Batman encounters someone with like the similar kind of gimmick, and there's a kind of like a a literary parallel of like these two characters use like similar tactics and similar motifs, but to different like results.
And there's also a love story subplot,
Yeah, there's a
and there's
love
also
story.
the Joker,
Yeah,
but there's no Penguin in Mask of the Phantasm.
there's other miscellaneous criminals.
Yeah, but they're all
Yes.
like,
They're not as cool as the Batman Penguin.
yeah, they're not even as cool as
Penguin
Johnny
is
Vitti.
Penguin's carrying this movie pretty hard.
I was about to say my favorite part of this is everything that has to do with Tom Kenny Penguin and the Batman Joker, who I think, okay, I think those guys carry this film so
Well,
hard.
that's a great place to start with this film because that's where the plot begins.
I would like to say one more thing first. Um, I think this movie strikes a kinship with our podcast because the intro is very long, and I had a fun experience. I watched this movie twice in preparation. The first time I watched it, I looked down at my phone and went on Discord, forgot what I was watching because of how long the intro was taking, and was fucking like blasted with it was such like a jump scare of looking down at my phone like, oh yeah, I was watching something, looking up and just seeing the Batman versus Dracula written on my screen.
The intro is very long. I never thought about that, but
It is a very long
they got a
intro.
nice little text, like credits crawl before the intro.
Hmm.
Before the
Also, is it a thing to have a animated Batman movie start out with Batman sitting on like a gargoyle or a rooftop or something looking out at Gotham City? Because that happens in,
I think that's just like one of his favorite things to do.
yeah, but that happens in Mask of the Phantasm. That happens in this movie, and that also
Happens in Arkham Knight. That's how Arkham Knight opens.
That's how Arkham Knight opens. That's how Return of the Joker opens. It happens all the fucking time. I think that's even. No, I know it happens in the Long Halloween movie, but I don't know if it is the opening thing.
he just likes to do that. It is a very common way for the scene to be set in these.
Guys, I have to admit something.
What?
I own this movie on DVD.
I had only watched this movie once when I was a little kid, and then I've watched it twice now. I did not really remember it, and I'm so glad I have watched it.
Yeah. Similarly, I watched this movie when I was a little kid, but I was also a little kid with DVDs to watch, and so it was in between this, the first 6 episodes of Justice League, and like, I super
Goonies.
yeah, Goonies. I literally Goonies. But so I watched this movie a lot as a kid.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome. But just to make it clear, DVD is the only place this movie was originally released. It was not in theaters.
No.
Imagine if this was a theatrical.
This was not a theatrical release movie.
Guys, I just remembered it's the Batman versus Dracula. It's really fucking funny.
Oh, we haven't even talked about.
We
Are
haven't
we
even
gonna
started
address
plot
the?
summary.
No, we haven't
Let's
started the
let's
plot
start with the
summary,
plot. Let's start with the plot.
but we also haven't introduced the gimmick.
Once they're
Well,
introduced,
I
the
think
title
it'll be
makes
a
it pretty
surprise. It'll be a
self-explanatory,
All right.
right?
Okay.
It'll be a
okay.
fun surprise.
It'll be a fun surprise.
fun surprise.
Fun surprise. Okay.
The animation is really good in this movie.
I agree.
There were a couple
Stood
of
out to
points
me.
where
There's
I
some
would
good
disagree.
points.
Yeah, but I think
When
in
it
general
mattered,
they
stepped up.
took the art style of the Batman and they just kind of ran with it.
It felt like a step up over the typical The Batman episode in terms of.
That's more what I meant
Yeah.
than it was really good.
Yeah.
We open on Arkham Asylum.
More like, oh.
What?
That was Jack. Hey Jack. Hey Jack. Quentin didn't get that, but I got it, and that was the best
right?
joke we've told in the whole goddamn show.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I said Arkham Asylum, and he went more like Arkham. Oh, come on, you think about it.
Think about it.
Think
What's
about
another
it.
bit?
It's a real.
What's a bit?
It's a real thinker.
Run into
No,
the ground.
I understand that it ties back to Arkham Shitty, but
He got excited because he thought I was gonna say Arkham City, but he couldn't say Shitty because I didn't say City. This is the best joke we've ever told.
It's a fantastic joke. So good. So joke.
Okay. Anyways, Will, what's going on in Arkham Asylum?
So there is a man.
Bingo.
Yeah, bingo's going on. And there's a man hanging out with the Penguin, and he's like, "Hey, I found some treasure in the Gotham Cemetery, but I need help getting out of Arkham to get it. Do you want to help?" And the Penguin's like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "Great. The last guy I told didn't want to help me." He's like, "Who did you tell?" He's like, "Oh, the Joker." And Penguin's like, "Ah, fuck."
This is very reminiscent of my favorite moment from The Laughing Fish, where
Laughing Fish?
The Laughing Fish, where the guy says, "I've been sprayed on by goop from Harley Quinn," and then he goes, "Uh-oh, get this man to a hospital." It's just the Joker. When you vaguely allude to the Joker, everybody freaks out.
Oh shit, that is a big spider.
What?
Oh, in
One
your
second,
actual
guys.
room.
Yeah,
Let's
second.
Pause.
Hold on.
Let's pause recording.
Hold on. No, don't pause recording. Don't pause recording.
Jack,
It'll
did you
throw
pause
off the
recording?
sync. We'll have to sync
I did not.
again.
I didn't pause my actual recording. I just meant
Don't
got
pause
it.
the recording.
Let's
I got it. It's
pause
fine.
our episode.
I got it. All right. I've killed like 2 spiders today.
I've killed like 3 people.
Yeah.
Anyway, since the alarm goes off, the Joker's fucking getting out of here. And so Penguin is like, "Okay, I guess I'll go back to my cell." JK, and then he fucking kicks the shit out of one of the guards.
Yep.
And so Penguin and Joker both independently escape the asylum.
Yes, they do.
My next note is, what a horrible car accident Joker caused, but I don't remember this.
He's probably running across the street and he caused a horrible.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. He makes like a huge truck like crash into like a pedestrian like car. Yeah.
That's bad.
Someone definitely died.
That's bad.
Also, I only just now noticed in this movie the Batman Joker has a weird like center tooth.
He has a lot of very like hair rabbit-ish, especially the way that he moves and the way that his legs like sort of contort when he jumps.
Yeah, because they made him like a trapeze artist in this show.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
very nice detail. Very good take on the character. Yeah.
Penguin, the Penguin and Joker both go into the cemetery. The guy who told them is still in Arkham.
Yeah, he's my favorite guy because from now on he has no importance. Even though
Does he have a name?
Not that I remember.
I thought for a minute. I don't think they ever say it, but I thought for a minute, because I am a large fan of the book Dracula. I thought this might be like a Renfield like kind of character.
This is a question that I did
never
wanna
read the
ask
book.
you.
Is Renfield completely unimportant after the first 5 pages?
So Renfield is this guy who he's insane. He's trapped in an asylum, and he he's one of Dracula's minions. And he tries to escape and then gets caught again. And then Dracula doesn't try to help him escape again, so he just goes to the asylum for the rest of the book.
So the Joker.
Yeah, but unimportant. So like this guy. But I don't know if that's on purpose.
So I also thought that this guy was gonna end up being like a minion of Dracula. No.
No.
Yeah, no. Well, it's because, as revealed later on, he was not talking about Dracula.
No,
Yep.
he was not. He said, "Hey, I have some money hidden away in the graveyard," and Joker and Penguin just went to the wrong place in the grave.
And they found Dracula.
And they found.
So Batman is on the way to stop them, and he intercepts Joker, and they have a fight scene. But Penguin makes his way to the graveyard.
True. And then he finds it's the one with the cross. It's the one in the south of the
The
grave
money is
cross.
behind the cross tombstone in the south of the graveyard, and the Penguin is like, okay, this will be easy. A lot of crosses in a graveyard, turns out.
You'd think.
Having
know
never
that.
being, I did not know this, having never been dead myself, but yeah, a lot of crosses, turns out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's also what Oswald Copperfield. Copperfield. I almost said Copperfield.
Oswald Copperfield.
I fucking hate myself. Yeah. Joker.
Do we want to talk about the insane or no, sorry, no. I was gonna say let's talk about the Joker and Batman fight, but the Dracula stuff comes first.
Yes.
This actually, I don't think it does.
This is the key.
It does. What the Joker fight starts, then the Dracula stuff, then the Joker fight ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
This is one of the wildest sequences to kick off this whole shenanigan.
So Joker, or not Joker, Penguin, he finds what he thinks is it's like a crypt. He's like, oh, I think there's money down here, and he goes down like this huge tunnel, like a very long winding cave, and at no point does he think, hey, this is weird. And he comes across a coffin that is fucking held up in the air by these huge chains wrapped around it into a cross.
In a cross, yeah.
Yep.
This is one of the moments where I thought the animation looked really nice, because it is like a beautiful shot of just the fucking Penguin looking at this biblical horrific cross coffin contraption.
Yeah. So the rating for this scene specifically is very viscerally grotesque and
Yeah, the blood. Penguin cuts himself and we get some real fucking blood.
I think there are two scenes in this movie, literally two parts of this movie. They get so much better at doing the horror Batman thing than any other, and it's this scene and then the blood bank later on are both very viscerally terrifying in their own ways.
Being direct to DVD, does this film have to have a rating at all?
Yeah,
I believe so.
I think it can choose to have either a film or TV rating if it goes directly to DVD. But it still needs a rating.
I don't know what the rating is for this film, but I was pretty surprised at I was also surprised at the general goriness of it.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
I'll try to find it.
No, I'm already halfway through typing the thing.
And while we're researching, welcome to Coincidence City, baby.
That is, I wrote down this is a lot of coincidences.
Yep. This movie is nothing but a fucking...
It's PG. They go a long way with this PG.
They are stretching the PG.
Why not just throw a shit or an ass in there and make it PG-13?
Yeah.
What the... Penguin walks into the crib. What the shit is going
on? Anyway, Penguin opens the coffin, accidentally drips some blood on Dracula's rotted skeleton.
Because he cut himself with his own sword, which is just funny to me that he would do that.
So Dracula, in this horrific reanimation sequence,
Yep,
is
Because
brought
he's
back
like
to life.
bones right now.
Yeah, he's just a pile of bones
And like an open, wounded heart.
Yeah. And just a drop of blood brings him back. And I wrote this out in all caps in my notes. Dracula has detective vision.
Yep.
Because when we see through his eyes, he like sees
Yes.
Penguin's like blood flowing through his body.
Yeah. And then another coincidence happens. Penguin opens up a hole in the cavern wall to the cave system underneath Gotham City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More like Gotham Shitty.
And I mean, he lives in a cave. He has detective vision. He moves like Batman. Something this movie does very well is draw like the similarities between the way Batman works and the way that Dracula sort of operates through fear.
Anyway, Dracula kills a night guard in this cemetery and turns him into a vampire.
He doesn't
kill him. He just turns him into a vampire.
Yeah.
Then he mind controls Penguin into being his human servant.
Yes.
which good choice, Dracula.
Yeah, if you could pick anyone, good pick. He couldn't pick anyone. He just was limited to the
It was
one
just
guy.
the guy he had
there.
on hand.
He could have picked the Night Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Penguin's a real freak of a person. Like, he's not gonna get a regular looking dude to be his minion.
True.
Oh, what if he got Bane?
Oh, yeah.
He would just think Bane is like made of blood because he's red.
Yeah, if he drank Bane's blood, would Bane be a normal color when he was big?
Would he ingest like venom as well?
Oh, that's terrifying.
Big Dracula.
We should describe what Dracula looks like at this point because he doesn't look like a guy. Like
He does. He's still a very much like a horrific monster at this point.
like
He's
pale skin.
He's
very tall.
weird, ratty hair.
His true form, some would argue.
Mm-hmm.
Light blue
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah. Will, I wanted to ask you, because you are our resident Dracula expert, I wanted to ask you if this is a plausible, because we do get some...
Oh no!
This is my
Oh,
favorite part of the whole movie.
Horrifically, no. This is all wrong. First of all, Dracula was not staked through the heart in his castle. He was on the road and gets stabbed to death by a cowboy.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, this Dracula doesn't have a mustache. Basically, like, that's the one thing that didn't survive the book. Dracula's
Wait.
never depicted with a mustache.
No.
Give him his mustache back. Yeah, Dracula has, like, a huge mustache in the books, and they never give it to him.
That's sad.
That's
Yeah.
holy shit. I'm also going to assume that in the book, he was not his corpse was not sailed off to.
Yeah.
Gotham
Yeah,
City.
my
they didn't
favorite
take
plot
it to
point
Gotham
of the
City, surprisingly.
This
Also, if this was in the book universe, no need to fuck around with the big chain. If you put a wild rose on top of a vampire's casket, they can't get out of it.
Yeah.
the chain's
They just
cooler
get
though.
stuck.
Even though the road
Yeah,
is kind of
yeah.
cool. Can I
This is easier though.
can I explain
Yeah.
what happened to Dracula? Like how he's in Gotham. This is my favorite thing. This is
Yes.
really my favorite thing. He wakes up and says, "Damn, Transylvania looking way different now."
Damn, Transylvania really looking kind of weird.
And Penguin says, "No, actually, you're in Gotham City." And Dracula goes, "Oh, Gotham City, more like Gotham
More
City."
like
But what actually happened is that after being killed in Transylvania, like the angry mob of peasants who I presumably defeated him in this universe, just decide to get him as far away as possible. So they brought him to the new world. They brought him to Gotham City. I don't know why specifically they brought him to Gotham City.
because why not
Right.
Gotham City?
It's because they were like
They sailed across the ocean. from Transylvania.
They were like, what is the only place worse in the world than a vampire-filled Transylvania? I've got it.
It's unclear what time frame this takes place in, like the original killing of Dracula.
I'm just going to assume similar to the book time frame. It's like in between the Revolutionary and Civil War.
Okay,
that's a good assumption to make. I mean,
not the whole movie, the flashback.
The flashback, yeah. No, this is a modern movie. It takes place in
There's
2005.
there's no scene where Batman takes a minute to talk with Vicky Vale about the Southern states beginning to secede from the Union.
Yeah. Mentioning Vicky Vale, that's one of the that's one of the changes that I would
Yeah,
make.
she's in this.
She's in this,
Yes.
and I wish she wasn't in this. And do you know who I wish was
Really?
in this? Summer
Who?
Gleason.
Yeah,
I don't even know who
Summer
remind me who that is.
Gleason.
I'm
No,
revealing that
If they're fans of our show, they know who Summer Gleason is.
Yeah.
Up there in the halls of fame with Todd Clyson and the Devil.
Who is Summer Gleason, guys? I'm sorry, I forgot who Summer Gleason is.
This is bullshit. If you cannot tell me the exact scene
I'm
where Summer
looking it
Gleason
up
was
right
mentioned,
now.
I think this is the third time Jack has forgotten Summer Gleason.
Summer Gleason was a news reporter and anchor in Gotham City. She worked for WGOB and was the host of Gotham Insider.
she is a better version of Vicky Vale.
She's not better than Vicky
She's
Vale.
She's in Batman.
She was in Baby
series.
Doll.
Oh.
Why do you keep forgetting all of the characters from Baby Doll? You forgot Spunky.
Anyway, Joker fucking dies.
True.
Yeah, meanwhile.
Yeah, Batman and Joker have been fighting while Dracula does his thing. And Joker is on the edge of a cliff, like, trying to not to fall over a dam. And it's raining. And he tries to tase Batman, but Batman doesn't get tased, but the rain hits his taser. So he falls in the water.
It is
with
a joy buzzer.
Yeah.
Well, but it's
not-
much more taser than a real joy buzzer.
Well, it's like a trick joy buzzer.
Yeah.
Anyway, he basically Joker throws himself into a lake holding a ball of electricity.
It's a river.
Whatever.
I can't believe you
off.
care.
God damn it, Will. You are flopping. You are glitching right now.
Anyway, Joker seemingly dies by electrocution, and Batman is like, "Oh,
Damn.
It really fucking eats at him."
Oh, yeah.
Which is, it doesn't take up much of this movie, but it is a very like cool interpretation of Joker dying and Batman kind of blaming himself and being very like upset about it.
Yeah, but I also like how in this he doesn't let it destroy his life. And
I mean, yeah,
No.
I like that.
Yeah, it's just like this sucks. I'm gonna try
sad
not to
about
let
it.
that happen again.
he like learns from it, and then he's like, yeah, but you know, the Joker did kind of suck. I mean,
Yeah.
the Joker, guys.
No point crying over spilled Joker. That's what I always say.
Anyways, I'm about to go do an interview with the only Vicky Vale.
hmm The one of the two identical reporters, Vicky Vale, not Summer Gleason.
Not Summer Gleason.
Not Summer Gleason. Yeah.
Should have been.
The only note I took for this scene is Vicky Vale is here.
So there's a sort of budding romance between Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale, if you can believe it. That starts with this interview that Bruce has decided should take place at a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And
Because he's a suave ladies
Yeah.
man, that Bruce Wayne.
He is. He's a little bit of a flirt in this. Do you know what would have made this
He
scene
is.
just a little bit better?
If it was Summer Gleason.
No, if it was Jack Ryder.
I love that. so
I
much.
like that idea. They have a lot to bond over.
Yeah. I'm just gonna start.
I have a theory, or not really a theory. I expect this is true, but I have no proof for this.
No, go theory.
At some point, I think this was meant to be like a Nocturna movie. For those of you at home, Nocturna is a Batman villain, and she is a vampire, and she and Batman were in a relationship in some versions, and there is a very like a lot of Nocturne's popular stories involve her, and like putting Bruce Wayne into like a love triangle, like issue. So I bet at some point in the creative process, the reason like the weird love triangle with Vicky Vale, Dracula, and Bruce Wayne is here, I think at some point that might have been a Nocturna thing, and that was a carryover from like a previous script.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good theory.
The relationship between Vicky Vale and Dracula is something we'll get into. But yeah, I guess you could describe it as a love triangle if you really wanted to.
It's Vicky Vale gets creeped on by two men, and she reciprocates to one of them.
I do not think that if Bruce is creeping on Vicky, then he is creeping on Vicky in the least like committal way possible.
Listen. No, I think getting called to do a news interview and then taking them to a fancy restaurant and then asking them if this is a date is kind of creepy.
Yeah, but he doesn't like. He doesn't like actively creep because
I know. I'm saying it's the one moment.
Well,
it goes.
You have to assume that there's some previous relationship between the two characters because Vicky also has an interest in Bruce Wayne that is shown in this movie. So you have to assume there's a previous rapport between the two.
Yeah,
that sort of makes this a normal situation.
Hadn't brought her like camera guy, which you would think for a TV interview was kind of standard.
It raises a question for me because this takes place at some point after season 1 of the Batman, but before season 3. So where the fuck is Vicky? Where are you for anything?
I mean,
she didn't do any reporting either of like the 2 times aliens invaded or Hugo Strange made a funny robot that did crime. She didn't report on any of that.
I guess I feel like after the events of this movie, I would move out of Gotham City immediately.
Yep. I mean,
the next scene is that lady who gets mugged.
True.
Did you guys notice the reused background?
No.
What?
Explain the reused background.
So this lady is walking under a bridge that is on top of it is train tracks. And this is where in the episode Traction, Bane beats the shit out of Batman.
Holy shit.
Good continuity, though, Batman writers.
Wait, this is our introduction to Red... This is the same place that we were introduced to Red Bane?
Yeah.
What?
Historic location.
This is an important place.
That she walks... they don't show it because the camera's pointed away from it, but she walks by where the wall Batman got thrown through would be.
That's great. That's a great detail.
That's a fantastic detail. That's something I never would have caught if you hadn't mentioned it. You are forgiven for the river.
Fool.
Hurtful. Why are you being hurtful today?
Anyway, why did you get so upset at me for confusing a lake and a river?
Because if it had been a lake, if there was just a lake in the middle of Gotham City, that would...
There's probably one in like a park.
No, that's a pond.
Fuck off. It's a body of water. They're all the same.
That's not true.
They're all the same.
It's very important when you just...
Name a human being who cares about the difference between a lake and a pond.
Definitely one of the people watching this.
That's not true. There's like 4 people who watch this.
Big body of water episode. Make sure to comment down below if you care about this. Or if you don't.
Well, our audience's comment game isn't very strong.
It's not up to stuff.
It's non-existent. I'm trying to make it exist. You know?
Batman fights some vampires.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He does.
These people have legitimately been turned into vampires. like the citizens. I don't know. That's just
There's the very cool detail to show that he's outmatched. Like when he's punching them, his like the gloves, like his knuckles, like rip open.
Yeah.
That's fucking very cool.
It's kind of awesome.
yeah.
I mean, Batman he's very good in this situation, even though he's outmatched. He's very resourceful.
Just go Batman just fucks.
Yeah, Batman just fucks. Anyway,
I
he's
think
very
that's
good.
very contrary to the point of this movie. But
Yeah,
go on.
I think you watched the wrong movie.
No, he fucks all the time. There was that scene of him fucking Jack Ryder. Anyway, back to the point.
Anyway, my next note is just how the fuck has no one found Penguin if he just stands outside in a graveyard all day?
Killed the night guard.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
People don't go to the graveyard.
I guess, but like,
That's kind
like
of sad.
he stands outside all day waiting for night so he can go wake up Dracula, but he's just standing in the graveyard. Like, how is no one like let's go visit our deceased relatives. Hey, that's the Penguin.
I mean,
Yeah.
I bet a bunch of people did go. They just didn't want to acknowledge the penguin.
Maybe if you see someone in a graveyard, like you're not gonna, and they're just standing there. Like, why would you report them to the police or anything? They're
Because
Yeah.
it's the known criminal, the Penguin.
What if he was
It
there,
could
like,
be
visiting his
anybody.
mom?
It could be any. How do you know it's the penguin?
Hey, Jack. He has 3 fingers and a nose like longer than his arms. It's the Penguin.
Okay. What if it's somebody else who looks similar? You never know.
So no, Jack. I think what Will is trying to say is that if he was there and he saw the penguin, he would not automatically assume that he was there visiting a dead family member, but instead report him to the police. Now, you or
Correct.
I would see that.
It was
have a
on
bit
the
of
news.
humanity.
It was on
Have
the
a
news
bit of
that he
humanity
escaped
in our
from
hearts
prison. He
and
escaped from
let
prison,
him
and it was on
visit
the
with his
news
dead
that
family
they
members.
wanted
The
information
humanitarians that
regarding
we
his
are
escape.
and Will is not.
If I saw the Penguin in real life, graveyard or not, I would just attack him.
Maybe all the people that attacked him got turned into vampires.
His umbrella's really sharp.
I don't know. I think we've said our piece about the penguin standing around.
Dracula decides to go do some socialite events to kind of grace himself with the culture of Gotham.
Yeah.
My next note is Alfred's caviar line is really good, and I didn't write down the line, and I don't remember what it is.
Caviar.
Yeah, that was definitely it.
I believe he said something along that.
I don't remember the line either.
No.
Oh,
that
I
was
do.
the
No,
other
I
guy that
remember.
offered it up.
He says, caviar is chill, but I am not.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because one of his employees, like he's chewing out one of his employees for whatever reason.
Are you talking about Mr. Stipes?
Mr. Stipes? Yes.
I wrote a note on Mr. Stipes that said, "What an angular man."
That
Very
that
sharp.
describes a lot of the Batman characters. That's kind of the art style.
My next note is that Alucard from Castlevania.
Yeah.
Let's explain what happens in this scene.
No, yeah.
So, this guy named Alucard, who's not
Not Dracula
No
at all
way.
in any way.
Every single fucking piece of Dracula media tries to pull this, like, oh, Alucard, what could it be? We all know it's Dracula backwards.
Yeah.
No one is fooled. You've been doing the same trick since like the second book was written. The fucking was off.
Well, I think in this context, it's more of a like popular Dracula media thing because the audience already
there's
knows.
no
yeah,
fooling the audience.
that is true.
Like,
that is true.
we are introduced to the fact that this is Dracula. Also, I don't think that we've quite established the setting. This is the fucking Wayne Tech solar energy expo, otherwise known as the the fucking we are introducing the fact that coincidentally they are developing solar technology at the same time as Dracula is here. Chekhov's gun, you bitch.
And Dracula says, "Finally, a good use for the sun."
I love that line. That's funny. That's just funny.
Vicky Vale acting like beefsteak tartare is gross is dumb. That shit is rad.
That shit is so fucking rad.
She's like going with Bruce as like a date to this expo.
To his house.
Yeah, to his house. And Alucard walks up like, "Hey, I'm Alucard." Hey. And what does he say? He's like, "Oh, I'm a doctor of cultural anthropology here to study Batman. I'm from Transylvania."
These men of bats. Batman.
It's me, Dracula.
It is
no,
me,
it's
Dracula.
not. It's not. I'm Dr. Alucard.
Dr. Alucard, just
Hey.
don't look at me in the mirror, because I cannot...
Don't get rid of all your mirrors, Mr.
Jack,
Wade.
you now have to do the Transylvanian
Mine's
accent.
really. Don't worry, mine's really bad.
We are here.
So what else happens? Like Vicky Vale just is immediately like, "Oh, I kind of hate this guy. He seems creepy," which he's
weird and
100%
gross
right
and creepy.
about.
Tall, dark, and gruesome.
But he doesn't want to eat garlic shrimp, which really throws off some red flags for everyone that he may be Dracula.
Then he eats some beefsteak tartare. Then he goes, "Okay, I'm going to leave." He tries to mind control Bruce Wayne so he can drink his blood. That doesn't work. So instead he goes for Mr. Stipes. National tragedy. Stipes has been turned into a vampire.
He doesn't die.
Tragic.
This film, just because, so as Stipes goes away to do vampire stuff, Alfred sees that he doesn't have a reflection, which is important for later. I have some stuff to bring up.
Yep.
Okay.
But anyway, then like afterwards, they're like, okay, we need to do some medicine about this because it's like a vampire disease. Bruce, your dad was a doctor. Let's go check that out. And they go to like Thomas Wayne's like old like room of medicine
This
or
is
whatever.
my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing.
His dad had a crossbow and stakes. Are they implying that Bruce Wayne's dad hunted
Thomas
vampires?
Wayne, vampire hunter.
What the fuck? They never bring it up.
Thomas
they just
Wayne,
show that
vampire
he had a
hunter.
crossbow and like vampire
Little known
stakes.
fact.
What?
So we assumed, without evidence, but with a reasonable assumption, that the original hunting of Dracula took place in between the American Revolution and the American Civil War.
Yeah, I mean,
What
that's
if
kind
it-
of the time frame of the book.
Yeah. What if it did not? It actually took place like 20 years ago, and Thomas Wayne just used to live in Transylvania.
The trivia. I have some trivia later on. I'll go over.
Oh.
It says that the guy who kills him is supposed to be Van Helsing. I mean, it doesn't look like the book Van Helsing, but it's fine.
Well, so much for my Thomas Wayne theory.
But it's I don't like this is it's so confusing.
The logic that this movie implores between
There is no logic. The
Yeah,
logic
this is the
fucking
best.
swings like a pendulum.
Yeah, but between what is like fantastical supernatural magic and science and like what is real and fiction and how like accepted the concept of vampires are and just weird fucking stuff.
There's a homeless man that saw one of the people get kidnapped by a vampire, and he's like, "Yeah, Batman kidnapped that person." And then Vicky Vale's like, "Okay, yeah, Batman's a kidnapper,
sounds
serial kidnapper.
Well, he
we all
doesn't.
agree."
No,
Yep.
He doesn't say Batman. The homeless man just says, like, "I saw a big bat," which apparently leads people to believe that it was Batman. But
Why? Wait, hold on.
Let's
Man
give this
Bat
man some
exists
credit.
in this
Man,
universe.
Let's give some people
Kirk
some
Langstrom
credit.
exists.
Also, I think we skipped over one of my favorite parts of the movie. Can we
Which
Yeah.
is
take a few steps back to the party where, in order to expose to Alfred that Alucard is actually Dracula, just takes some random woman's lipstick
Yep.
which she was applying and writes in red, Alucard on a platter and then puts that up to a mirror where it says in lipstick red Dracula because backwards. But that's
for a
not
fact.
at all necessary.
No.
Just
You
take
could
random
have just
people's
said,
things.
"Hey, Alfred, I think Alucard backwards is Dracula."
This is for the niche portion of the audience who's never been exposed to Dracula anything and was legitimately surprised by that revelation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to the people who may be listening to this who have never heard of Dracula and believe him to be a Batman character. He's a famous literary vampire.
What do you think is more iconic nowadays, Dracula or Batman?
Probably Batman.
Man.
I think it comes down to the children recognition.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
It's a shame.
It could be true.
A
Damn
little
shame.
bit, yeah. We say that as
Sorry.
a Batman review podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could do a Dracula review.
Is it too late to switch to
we can
Dracula?
switch over. How much media is there, like, from the original author? Like, is there a lot, or
just the one
just
book.
the book? So we'd have to go for a lot of like fan fiction type stuff, which this
Jack,
is.
Jack, you do not know. You are way ahead of me. I have something to talk about.
Okay. I apologize for bringing us back to the lipsticks scene.
Very good.
Where were we?
Is this the part where Batman gets his shit kicked in by Dracula?
Oh yeah.
Or no, there's the year one homage in the abandoned apartment building sequence.
Yes.
Which is
yeah.
it comes out of nowhere where they're just like the police who think Batman kidnapped these people chase Batman into this abandoned apartment, and Batman's sneaking about, and then Dracula shows up and starts fucking taking out the police very stealthily.
Yep.
Anything to talk about this scene, or can I talk a little bit about the Dracula Batman fight?
Talk about the Dracula Batman fight.
Okay, first things first. Batman gets his shit kicked in.
Absolutely.
It's not even close.
Destroyed, which I love.
Yep.
Second of all, Dracula delivers the fucking greatest line of all time. Try as you may, you cannot out-bat me.
Yep.
Dracula banes Batman, and by that I mean Dracula took Batman and threw him through a wall. I continue with the reference to Tractions. Batman, this is basically the perfect opportunity to use the Batbot.
You say that every time the Batman comes up. Anytime
It's
anything
awesome.
Batman
It's
related
so
happens.
cool. Why does he not use it every day? He should never stop crime without it.
Yeah. I like kind of
That's
the
all I
rapport
had.
that they have here, where, they're fighting, but they're also talking.
Well, they're not fighting. Batman is losing, and they're talking.
Oh yeah, he's getting the shit beat out of him.
There we go.
They're having a conversation. And I also like just the part where they fade into the background, kind of, and they have that big shot where they're jumping over rooftops, and Dracula's just kind of like, just kind of whooshing.
He's just kind of levitating about, not really like doing acrobatics.
Which is like, it's a cool juxtaposition between the two, because you can
And then
see
the
how
sun-
much. And then what happens? Will?
The sun comes up, and for some reason, Dracula is surprised by this. The sun rising is not something that should ever catch anyone off guard, and Dracula has to run away into an alley where he vanishes. But it's just very funny, like either time your shit better, or like be aware that the fucking, take Batman into an alley and finish him off. Don't stand in the middle of the road while the sun is rising, Dracula.
Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't know. He doesn't have like a phone, so he can't check the weather app to see what time the sun will rise.
No, but this is the thing about vampire media that's always been a little bit unrealistic. You're able to tell that the sun is rising, Wait, did I say the only thing?
You said-
You
I
just
mean
you
one
did
of
say
the
the only
many.
thing,
I
and
mean
that is your
one of
official
the many.
opinion, and you'll stand by it forever.
No,
One-
but you're able to tell that the sun is rising a good bit in advance because the
Yes.
color of the sky changes as
Exactly.
the sky lights
Yeah.
up. Like, a lot of things change before the sun actually fucking appears.
But it's just so
Anyway.
cool when they don't like. That's just it's cool.
It is very cool.
That's how JoJo opens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We can't talk about
Anyway, Joker's here. He didn't die. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
a fisherman found him in the. He's in
Yeah.
a fisherman's net. He says that I don't. Yeah, fisherman.
Fish.
He goes to the graveyard, sees his friend Penguin, goes, "Hey Penguin, can I get down there and get at that treasure, my friend?" And Penguin says, "No, you really shouldn't go down there." And then, because he doesn't respect the Penguin, the Joker does anyway. Then Dracula gets him and turns the Joker into a vampire, which is one of the most terrifying word combinations
Yeah.
there is.
Yep. I really love all of the vampire designs in this. I love sort of the turn design. I especially love the Joker vampire
Yeah.
design.
Yeah.
I love the stark
It-
white hair.
It hilariously, so two things. First of all, it fixes his weird middle tooth. He has normal teeth when he turns into a vampire.
Well, they're fangs, but they're.
I mean, he has some fangs, yeah. Also, his clothes change color.
Yeah. I mean,
just
it
sorta
looks
happens.
cool though. Like it's a good.
It
It doesn't
looks
make any
awesome.
sense, but it works very well for his design.
Yeah.
My
You know
next
what
two
else
notes are. Oh, you say something?
No, go for it.
No. I don't. Mine's moving on to the next scene.
No,
so-
yeah, I was just gonna say, do you know what else doesn't make very much sense? Turns into a vampire.
What?
It doesn't make sense. Why?
Doesn't make
Why
sense
not?
at all.
Why doesn't it make sense he turned into a vampire?
Cause I mean, he's the Joker.
That's a good point.
Okay.
You know?
Good
Shouldn't be
point.
allowed to happen.
Let's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a very strong.
And
argument.
my next two notes are Joker's little wall scuttle on the that he does on the walls of ceiling is animated very funny.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And my next note is Joker just seems like he's having a good time in the blood bank.
Yeah. He goes to rob a bank.
He goes
But
to rob
it's
a blood bank.
bank. Good bit. Whoever wrote the good one.
Very good bit.
And this, I know it's it's not blood that's coming out of someone's body. It's blood in a blood bank that's in vials.
Mhm.
They used it this. This is a very bloody scene.
Yep.
There is an animated children's movie where Joker bathes in blood and licks blood
Yeah.
off of the walls and floor.
Yeah.
Is insane that's PG to me.
Also, he makes a funny tiger noise for some reason. He roars.
I don't know what it is about this environment with all the vials of blood and the stark white bathroom tile that all of the surfaces are made of. But it's weird juxtaposition, very uncomfortable seeing him lick blood off of the fucking tile. I don't know what about that really stands out to me. Ugh.
And they make a mistake.
They make a mistake?
One of in my mind, one of the more iconic shots in this movie, when Batman is walking down the aisle, you see the Joker's reflection in the blood vials.
Yeah.
oh
You wanna run that sentence back and think about it for a second?
yeah, it just does not make sense.
Vampire Joker's reflection is in the blood vials. A thing
Continuity
established in this movie that does not exist.
Yeah, but he's the Joker.
Yeah, it's his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because his clown makeup is still visible. It's just floating in the air.
That might actually be a good
I
point.
don't think that's actually the explanation. I think they just forgot.
True.
Good eye, Will. Good news.
Yep.
Thank you. I found that on IMDb and I was like, oh, that doesn't make
Is
sense.
Is in the goofs?
Yeah, it was in the Goose.
Hell yeah. Thumbs to the goose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
What-
something I thought about when I was watching the movie, but I forgot about it. So thank you, Will, for bringing that back up.
No problem. There's a fun little shout out. Dracula's wife is Carmilla Karnstein. Carmilla was a vampire book about a lady vampire that predates Dracula by like 25 years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they know their stuff.
So this is not a sequel to the book Dracula. It's a sequel to the book Carmilla.
Oh, yeah.
I assume. I haven't read the book,
It's the
but
extended universe. The Carmilla, the CE.
Carmilla CU.
Yep.
Yeah.
My next, maybe you guys
Is
can
there
help
any
with this.
reason why the Carmilla thing is originally brought up by Alfred, or is it just kind of a not? Because he just kind of goes like, "Hey, like they're so
Not
perfect.
really.
They're so perfect for each other, like just like you and Mickey Vale," which is a fun comparison from Alfred, but not.
I
really.
need your guys' help with this.
Okay.
My next note is it's like a reverse Arkham City. What was that referring to?
Don't know what you were
It's
talking
like a
about.
reverse Arkham City.
Yeah,
Oh,
like a reverse-
wait.
like a
No.
reverse
I know what it is.
What is
What
this?
is-
Okay. If I am able to pull this together, I am a god among men or a vampire in this movie.
Oh, please tell us.
So, Batman.
Oh, I think I remember, but I want to give you a shot. I want to give you a shot.
It's the Batman and Joker and the Blood Disease, and it is Batman giving Joker his
Yes,
blood instead of
right.
Joker giving him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's reverse Arkham City. So did we say that he has captured Joker and is like put him in
Yeah,
a prison?
yeah. He catches Joker and puts him in a cage in the Batcave.
Yep.
Trying to cure his vampirism, vampire.
And Joker eats the shit out of that rat. Or was it a spider? What does
It's
he
like
eat?
a
A
bug.
cockroach.
Yeah.
It was a cockroach.
Or a water bug. We don't know.
Very true. Got to stay skeptical with things like that.
Yeah.
The cure was so good. So Batman figures out the cure eventually, puts it in some of his blood, has Joker drink it, and the cure is so good it returns the color to Joker's outfit.
Yeah. Well, this
I don't know.
movie is a strong proponent of the idea that your clothes are part of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clothes make the man.
You
Exactly.
dress for the job you want, not the job you have. If that job is a vampire, then
So Bruce arms up with like knives / like syringes full of the cure, and he says, "Hey, I think this will kill Dracula." And Alfred's like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And Bruce goes, "He's a monster, so it's okay if I kill him." Hey, Bruce, you can't use that excuse.
Yeah.
The Joker's a monster. Look what
Well,
he did to Ethan Bennett, and you're just gonna be like,
I-
"Yeah, fine."
Well, he
Okay, I
doesn't
think
mean
he
he's really
means-
bad. He means he's an actual supernatural being.
Literally,
but, like-
categorically inhuman.
A monster.
Okay.
But then, would he have no issue killing like Clayface or like Poison Ivy because they're not human?
They
No,
were
he fucking
they were once
spares them.
people.
Dracula is once a person.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this confirms that the no-kill rule for the Batman has a limit. If you are bad enough, he will switch over to like, yeah, I'll kill you.
I think that we can like determine that this Batman version is less incredibly mentally ill than like some of the later and older iterations.
I think out of like all of the TV shows, I think this might be the strongest Batman.
He has the Batbot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should use.
Well, so does the Batman from Brave and the Bold. It would really just be the two of them just literally stomping on the animated series Batman and then having a cool mech fight.
Hey, you forgot to mention Beware the Batman.
No, I did not.
No.
He is
That's,
fucking like he is dead before the fight starts.
Yep. Yeah, so Vicky Vale gets kidnapped by
Yeah.
Dracula.
Once again, she's on top of the place where Bane fucking baned Batman.
Bane broke the bank.
You can bank on Batman.
Yep.
It's a Lego Batman 1 reference. Who the fuck is gonna get that, Will?
People who
can't.
played Lego Batman? Are you fucking kidding me? That was like
That's
all of us.
The whole population.
Yeah, but like no one's gonna remember the name of the level.
What was the Killer Moth level called again?
I don't know. Who would remember that?
Me? I
would-
put it in. Let me look. I wrote it somewhere.
Why did you write it
Why?
down?
What
For
are
what
we talking
reason?
about right now?
There will never be another. No.
While Quentin does
Okay.
this, Jack, what happens next? What's Batman up to
In the
now?
Dark Knight. So Jack, what happens in the?
Yeah, Jack, what's up?
Okay, what part?
He's
I
just
lost the
suited up. He's got the cure. He's on his way to go fight Dracula.
Okay, and he has to figure out where he is, right? He figures it out that it's the
How did
cemetery.
he figure that out?
I
No, he
forgot
talks
how.
to Joker, and Joker
Oh,
forgets.
yeah,
Joker
but
just-
then he's like, "Where-"
Joker's like, oh, I last time I remember, I was in the
at the
graveyard. It's
yeah.
me, the Joker.
Because the cure makes you lose all of your memories that happened while you were a vampire.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. So he goes there, and he fights this mob of vampires, like all the innocent civilians who've been turned into vampires over these past few days, and he cures them with all his cures.
All those cool cures.
Yeah.
Yep. The
Then he
coolest
loads up one
cures.
of the last ones into a gun because this Batman has no morals.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if this really counts as a gun. It's a shooter. It shoots.
It's a shooty bang bang.
shooter.
It's a shooty bang bang, not a gun.
It's a little stick
this-
with a trigger that makes things shoot.
It turns out to be a real mistake that he cured all the civilians before going after Dracula himself. Because once he confronts Dracula, he kind of messes up. He kind of gets owned again.
Oh, we forgot to mention the fucking ungodly resurrection.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
completely
using
skipped that.
Dracula's using Vicky Vale to bring back his dead wife.
Yeah.
Yes, because then she needs like a live soul to be revived with. It is what it is.
And so she
Don't have
gets
to
put
think
in
about it too hard.
coffin, and the ashes get scattered on the lid of the coffin, and it's like she needs to use her life.
It's some metal shit that doesn't make any sense.
At this point, I had been completely like, okay, there's a biological like explanation for vampires in this. Like, it's not completely supernatural. This is like a fucking Iron Man, like all magic is just science thing.
Yeah, that was in Iron Man and not in Thor. Which the movie you just quoted was Thor, my friend.
Oh wait, well, I was actually quoting an animated TV show. I can't remember which one, but
Oh yeah, Iron Man Armored Adventures. That was on me. I jumped the gun too early.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I apologize for the lake thing earlier. I was angry, and I understand that people care.
Well, no, you
No,
can't
no
do this
one
here.
really
You
cares.
have to do this in a separate apology video.
I'm not doing an apology video about the Lake River debacle.
You will after you realize
will.
that you ruined our fucking brand.
Yeah. If no one comments on this video,
Okay,
that's
okay.
how you know we messed up. Right?
Hey everyone, I'm sorry that you're all trapped in some kind of notion of what a lake and a river can be, and that you lack imagination.
Oh yeah, that's a great move. Criticize the audience for having feelings.
Now
Will.
we're definitely gonna get 3 comments, idiot.
You would beat up random people visiting their dead family members in graveyards. You don't give a fuck about our audience.
Listen, if I'm gonna get canceled for anything this one, it's the fact that I would assault the penguin while he's visiting his dead relatives. Also, as to what you said, Quentin, Dracula himself says, "Sure, your cure could have cured the infected, but I am a true supernatural vampire." So they make a distinction between the magic boys and the biological boys.
Yeah, and it's I guess vampirism and others is a biological thing that gets passed around, but it comes from Dracula, so I don't know why the distinction is there.
This is the point in the movie. There were 15 minutes left in the runtime, and I fell out of my chair on the floor laughing my ass off, literally in stitches, because it only just then hit me that was Dracula, and that I was watching a movie called The Batman vs. Dracula. It took an hour and a half to kick in.
It's a really wild movie.
It's a fucking weird goddamn movie.
It's a great. I'm so glad this exists.
You know what? That's one of the three things that I could say about this movie.
It exists.
It exists. I'm happy that it exists.
We're almost done with the plot. Let's
I'm so glad that we never have to watch this again.
Well, now you're just lying.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this every day. Anyways.
So anyway, Batman stops the resurrection. He tells Vicky Vale to leave. Then he tries to fight Dracula, gets his ass kicked, but he ends up in the caves, and he's like, "Hey, these caves hook up to the Batcave. I'm gonna just walk across all of Gotham through the cave system while being chased by Dracula."
I like this chase. I think this is a pretty cool chase.
It's very cool.
He brings them all the way. Yeah.
Yeah, they make it back to the Batcave. Alfred shows up. He uses the crossbow set up from earlier that the Thomas Wayne owned to shoot the last cure and hit Dracula, and Dracula's just like, "Doesn't work, idiot."
I wish it worked so much, because that would be so cool if it was just at the very end of it all, just Alfred who did it.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Be cool.
But then Alfred gets fucking one-tapped. Dracula just hits him once, and Alfred's just out. He's out.
Yep, he's just gone.
Out.
Is there anything else we want to talk about before talking about just the fucking the scene?
Yeah. The scene is so good. Let's talk about the scene.
This is the coolest shit coming out of any of the Batman.
Yeah.
Besides Red Man.
No, including
what? Okay, that is a little bit
weird.
That's
apology video worthy, but we'll
okay,
get to that later.
but
Let's
I will say, excluding any time they play the Robin little
Okay, that's also true. Facts. So, the Chekhov's gun from earlier, the big unit, the light.
It's got a technical name, but it's a big light bulb that shoots sunlight.
The solar.
Yeah. The solar gun.
The sun gun.
The sun gun. Yeah.
Batman uses a gun to kill Dracula.
Batman uses a big gun with the power of the sun to kill Dracula for fun.
Are we done?
That was good.
Thank you.
Put in an applause sound effect right there.
I'm not putting in anything. I don't want to. I'm just yeah. Anyway, so Dracula. This is the coolest thing in the world. So Batman is standing in front of the sunbeam. So Dracula's only salvation is literally standing in Batman's shadow.
That goes so
hard. And then somehow Dracula figures out Batman is Bruce Wayne.
I think it's
because Bruce Wayne.
How did he figure it out?
Alfred he just met Alfred. He just saw Alfred, and who he also saw at the party.
I guess. And then Batman's like, "No, I'm Batman." He does the cool thing where he sends his cape out to look like a bat, and then the most badass just ending in any Batman film. He just sidesteps lets Dracula turn to dust, then does a wild like jump punch. I don't know how he got that much air, but he fucking punches Dracula's skeleton.
Do
and
you
it
remember what he
explodes.
says specifically? Because it was not just "I am Batman." He says, "I am Batman, and you are dust."
dust.
And then he jumps up in the air. The fucking guy disintegrates, punches him in the goddamn fucking face. He disintegrates into ash, and his skull goes clattering across the fucking floor. It's so cool. And then Alfred's like,
I'll get the dustpan.
Classic Alfred. Quinn, that was a great recounting of what happened. And it's super cool. You made one mistake though. You said one thing wrong.
what did I say wrong?
He does not say I am Batman. He says
not
I
say-
am. He says
Shut the fuck up. You say, "I am the
Batman."
Batman." Yeah.
the Batman.
Do you think we'll ever get Beware the Batman versus Dracula?
I am. You're Bruce Wayne. No, I am Beware the Batman.
I love the part where he says, "I am the Batman, and you are the Dracula, and we are the versing."
I would have loved this movie. It was called The Batman versus the Dracula.
So that's it, huh? This is some kind of the Batman versus Dracula.
versus Dracula. Anyway, then Penguin gets blamed for all the kidnappings.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
the day is saved.
Penguin was chasing around Vicky Vale, and he accidentally opened up
This-
the fucking
Yeah, this is amazing.
crypt with all of the loot in it.
The money,
and
the
then
original
Dracula
inciting
dies.
incident. They found the money completely accidentally while bumbling around the graveyard.
This movie is such a trip.
And,
Now leaving Coincidence City.
Mm-hmm.
and
Anyway, so
it's not happily ever after because the Penguin gets blamed for everything when all he did was break out of Arkham and try to steal some money. He did not commit like dozens of kidnappings. So
True.
So, anyway, I have something I want to talk to you guys about.
Yeah.
So did you all enjoy Batman and Dracula's first versus film?
What?
this is the
Did you all
Wait.
did you all enjoy Batman and Dracula's first
No.
versus film?
Will, you are not about to.
is there
No.
another release?
Just tell me, did you enjoy it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is this the first one?
You are wrong. Let me present to you 1967
No.
Filipino
No
bootleg
way.
film Batman
No way.
Fights Dracula.
No way.
This film was directed by Leo D. M. Diaz, scripted by Bert R. Mendoza, not authorized by DC, and is lost media. None of this film exists anywhere in the world today. I'm going to read you some of the synopsis from Wikipedia. The mad scientist named Dr. Zabra, after being repeatedly defeated by Batman, finds a way to resurrect Count Dracula, control him, and make him even stronger, and then just sends him to the Batcave to defeat Batman. And then after Batman gets beat up by Dracula, his famous butler Turco shows up, and Batman's famous sidekick teams up with him. You all know it. Say it with me, Ruben. R-U-B-E-N, Ruben.
Reuben sandwich.
Ruben.
Yeah. So did you guys enjoy learning about the first Batman versus Dracula film right there?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I did.
no,
You're
that's-
wrong! Let me
No!
present to you 1964 black and white American superhero.
No way!
The first fan film ever made, directed by motherfucking Andy Warhol. Batman Dracula.
What the hell?
What?
Created by the Andy Warhol. You know, the pop art guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He loved Batman, and he made the first ever fan film called Batman Dracula.
Batman Dracula?
It's just called Batman Dracula.
Batman Dracula.
This film is partially lost. There was a documentary about Andy Warhol where they showed some of the footage, so it's believed his estate has the film, but there's no way to watch it.
Guys, we are about to commit the greatest heist of all time.
I know. I mean,
the Ocean's 11 heist of
We-
Schway
Oh,
Schwarbage.
and after we are caught and arrested for this, we become the guy who, at the start of the
We get in prison. We get real criminals to help us steal Batman Dracula.
we become the guy who hid all the money
It all
at the
goes
start,
full
and it all
circle.
goes full circle.
So, did you guys enjoy learning about the real original Batman versus
This is
Dracula
such a
movie?
trick.
I did.
This is a
There's
trick.
there's no way. There's another one, right?
There isn't. This
Okay.
is the
Okay,
first
good.
one.
Okay.
So yeah,
Jesus.
Batman Dracula from 1964. Batman fights Dracula from 1967. The Filipino.
Wow, it's so awesome. So awesome. That's
And then
incredible.
2005, The Batman versus Dracula.
You, you. Oh my God, this. I think that was one of the most visceral moments of my entire life when I realized that was a trick that you were pulling on us, and that there was another Batman versus Dracula movie.
Did the
Three.
people who made this movie know? Like they were thinking, like they were.
I have no clue.
Were they doing an homage to the Filipino?
Yeah,
bootleg
we're making a
that
remake
Andy
of the
Warhol-
classic Andy Warhol film Batman Dracula.
That's incredible.
is-
There's such a story behind this.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
never happened.
Oh.
I would love literally nothing more in life than to get my hands on Batman Dracula and the Batman fights Dracula.
Well, oh, that's next year. We can review those.
I would be
'Cause
so
they're gonna be
happy.
found.
Yeah. Wait. What are
Hey,
you talking
leave a
about?
comment if you found these lost movies.
Yeah,
in the
if you have a way to watch the Batman fights Dracula or Batman Dracula, please, for the love of God, shoot us an email, give us a comment, come to my house. I will
Guys,
greet you with open arms.
I'm not even joking here. This needs to be our biggest, grandest episode of all time. This needs to be the episode that gets out there the most. This is the most
Yes,
important
'cause
episode
we
of all
need-
time because we need it.
Listen, share
We need a
this
call to
with
action.
someone. Just send it to someone. Even if you think they'll only kind of enjoy it, we need to get this out there. We need to find these films.
Yep. We need to make it found media.
I want to see Ruben, Batman's favorite famous sidekick. Ruben.
Hey, if you're from the Warhol estate and you're listening, definitely shoot us an email.
Yeah. So first of all, shoot us an email, and second of all, forget about the thing where we said we were going to try to rob you. It'll be a
Yeah.
lot
That was
easier if we
that
have
was
the
a
element of
joke.
surprise.
See, here's what's going to happen. You're going to go to retrieve it for us, and then we'll come in behind you, knock you out to the floor, and get it ourselves.
Great idea.
I don't have anything else to say. That was my big bit.
That was a great
well,
bit.
yeah,
Wow.
we gotta tell the audience something. We gotta tell them a little something.
They know though. They know, right?
No, we haven't said it explicitly.
Okay, fine. Someone else decide the order.
It's gonna be Quentin, then me, then Will.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, this movie. This is the movie ever. This is a film
Yeah.
with characters in it. One of those characters is
Mhm.
Batman. Another one of those characters is Alfred. Dracula's in it.
Don't forget about Stipes.
Stipes is in it. Yeah. I like this movie a lot. I watched it a lot as a kid. Do I think it's a particularly good script? No. Do I think that it has some very good elements? Yes. Do I think that the voice acting is immaculate? Some of the best that I've heard in a very long time. Incredibly so. The two villains portrayed here, Penguin and the Joker, these voice performances are so good. Tom Kenny, holy shit, that's crazy. It's fucking SpongeBob. But that's compliments to the Batman anyway. I like the guy that portrayed Dracula. He did a very good job. Transylvanian accent, blah blah blah. You know. Yeah, I think that this is a Schway time. Schway City.
What if this was set in the same universe as Hotel Transylvania?
I really want to let's figure out how that can be true. Like we need to do an episode.
No, we can't do this, Jack. Just say your piece.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This was a fun time. I'm not like I'm a decent level fan of the Batman 2004. Not a huge fan, but
What?
I like it. And this is some of the best content to come out of that show. There's some really cool moments. There's some really stupid moments. But I'm not going to say you have to go out and watch this film. It's not essential viewing. But if it sounds fun to you, it probably will be fun to you. It was fun to me. I'm going to give it a Schway.
See, it's really hard to talk about this movie in an actual review sense. Because I think objectively this is a bad movie. I don't think this is like anywhere near. Like, I think I'd probably unironically I'd give this like a 4 out of 10 maybe.
Okay.
Maybe a 5. There's some awesome shit in it, but it's kind of surrounded by this weird, mundane, absurdist this film is like what I imagine it feels like to look at an eldritch god from Lovecraftian mythos. Because there's a bunch of it doesn't make sense. But it's amazing. I'm going to give it a Schway. I think this is a garbage but not Schwarbage moment. We've done nothing but sung its praise, even though it's not great. But I'm going to give this a Schway. I'm going to give it a Schway.
That makes it unanimous.
Yeah,
which is
crazy
unanimous. Because I don't know if it deserves that honor, but it's gonna have it.
Yep.
So, fellas,
God damn it.
which of us is the Batman versus Dracula? Which one is Batman Dracula? Which one is Batman fights Dracula of our podcast? Who's who?
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's an important question.
I think it's also an important question. I say, Will, you assign me. I will assign Jack, and Jack.
I'll just get whatever's left.
Yeah, you'll just get whatever's left.
Okay.
Quentin, I'm gonna say, I think you're just the Batman versus Dracula.
You know what? I would agree. You know what? I'd agree with that. That's.
I'm giving you that because that way I'm guaranteed to get one of the funny ones.
So true. Will, what do you think? What do you think? Jack, what do you think Will is?
Will?
Am I Batman Dracula or am I the Filipino classic Batman fights Dracula?
The fact, well, I've never seen these films. They don't.
No one has.
It's hard to say, really. I don't know. Will, you just seem like the type of person to make the first fan. Like, you could be someone who made the first fan film. So
nice.
I'm gonna
Batman Dracula by Andy Warhol for the win, which makes Jack the Filipino classic Batman fights Dracula.
And I'm very happy about that.
Okay, which one are you guys doing the outro? It's been a while since we've had an outro for grabs.
I don't have anything. I had a bit for a little while there.
Yeah.
And it ran
Your
out.
safety net is gone,
Yeah.
and Quentin's is also gone. So now we're back to the format of you two just have to do something.
All right, fuck it. Jack, you're Van Helsing. I'm Dracula, and Will is Batman.
My parents are dead.
I'm Van Helsing.
Batman, I fucked your dad. He tried to kill me. Tried to kill me, but I fucked him.
What is this?
I fucked your dad along with Jack Ryder.
No, we can't. No. We can't put this in.
This is the worst possible outcome. This is the worst.
We're cutting out this out.
We're not cutting it out. We pride ourselves on our raw content
Honesty.
delivered real. We're real. We're the realest people on the internet.
That's what I said to your dad, Batman.
I fucking hate that. I think I might. You know what I might do? I might just mute Quentin. For that whole last bit.
You
And
have
just.
You cannot
Quentin, you
silence
can say whatever.
me, Will. You cannot
no,
silence
if you
me,
mute him,
Will.
people are gonna think it's worse than what he's actually saying.
Okay, that's a good point. Quentin, you're not muted.
Yeah.
I'm going to say some terrible things in this
Jack, say same
Transylvanian
bat.
accent.
We have one same bat time, same bat channel. Jack, just use it so we can fucking get out of here and not have to deal with this anymore.
Keep swaying along, everybody.